Okay, welcome to this training. I'm going to walk you through an extremely important part of your social media, which is your highlights. So we've spoken before about social media being your shop, which is just incredible. That means that you have the world as your office once you get this online and off the ground. So it's very important to remember that even though we are online, it's a business and your social media is your business. Like we said already with the coffee shop, imagine if tomorrow I go to the coffee shop and it's empty. I can't find a menu. I can't find what to order. I don't even know if they sell coffee. I'm going to go next door to the coffee shop, which is very well presented, telling me exactly what I need to know. So you get to treat your social media in the same concept. When people come, what do they see? That's going to very heavily determine the results that come into your business. So let's look at Instagram highlights because they are so important. And if you think about when people come to your page, you get the opportunity to create some really good highlights which show them what they need to see, which show them you and what you're doing. They are able to connect with you. So people are going to come through your ad that you've got out there, and they might even come to your social media before they fill out or go through your ad just to see who you are first. They might find you through hashtags, through organic. So there's so many different avenues that people on social media, millions of them as well, can find your Instagram. And if they do, if it's very clear as to who you are and they come there and they see what they want, it's going to help you so much connect with this person and build up a relationship as well. So just have a think about, like, what do they want to see? If you take yourself back maybe to when you started, did you have a little stalk first of your coach or the community? And like, what was it that helped you connect with them? What built that trust up with you and them? Because you get to do the same and show people exactly what it was that helped you connect to that person in the first place. So your highlights are really, really important. And we're going to start off by helping you build out the basic 5. So these are your basic 5 highlights. Of course, over time, you can build these highlights up with your passions, more of your journey, mindset work. There's so many different things that you can do over the course of your time, but the ones that you would want to focus on right now and building these is your why. And we're going to go into detail in a moment. Who you are, the community that you are now a part of, what you do, and your journey from the start. And the quicker you start filming this, the better for the long run. And I'll show you why in a moment. Let's start with your why. So the why that you have should have already been built up over the course of this training, which is great because it means that these questions should be relatively straightforward for you to answer. So just have a think about, these are the questions that you want to ask yourself and answer and put in your highlights. So why are you building a business? Why are you here? Also, what you can do is you can look at, why did you start? Why did you start looking for the business in the first place? What was it that you wanted to change, create, and also why? Why did you not want to be potentially in the job? What was it about that was making you feel like you wanted to create change? So always dig deeper. And also think about as well, now you've found this and maybe you've seen the success and the journeys of other people and you're starting to see maybe more than you thought was possible. What's your vision now? Where do you see your future? Where do you see yourself in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years? I always, when I say the word 5 years, I always get so excited because I'm like, my God, this is happening in 2.5 years. Like, imagine where I'm going to be in 5 years. So think about that, because imagine where you're going to be and share that. Now, depending on your why right now, it might well be that you've got a lot to say, which is great, but you might not have got clear on your why as of yet. And if you haven't, and if there's not much to share yet, that's perfectly okay. These things can take time. What you can do is you can add in your beliefs. So your beliefs can come in your why, or they can come in the next highlight, which is who I am. So if your why is big enough, stick with that. If it's not as of yet, add in your beliefs. And your beliefs are really important because you get to share with people what you believe should happen, should change, what difference you want to make. So what do you believe in? Do you believe that you want to see a better education? Have you had experiences that have made you feel that way? What about improved animal welfare? Because it's certainly why I'm here. And I've seen things in the volunteer centres that I've been in that make me really passionate around that, because I know what's wrong with animal welfare. What about more people coming together to tackle plastics? Because if so, you're in an incredibly aligned business that gives you the opportunity to live plastic free in your home with the water. So that's something that you can really share if that's something you are passionate around. How about less people stuck in a life that they don't love? extra support for mental health, extra awareness about growth. So share your beliefs. And like I said, if your why is very, very big and there's a lot in there, stick to that. Move your beliefs over to the next one, which I'm going to show you now, or add it to that if there's enough room. The next one is all about you. So rather than this being about your why and your visions and maybe your beliefs, this can now be about who you are. So let's get you out there, your authentic self. So first of all, let's share who you are. As part of a family, are you a brother, a sister, a mom, dad? What part of the family are you? How many brothers and sisters do you have, etc. Then we can look at your passions. What hobbies do you have? Do you play football? Are you a dog lover? Of course, I threw that one in there. Are you a music lover? These sort of things are going to help you build relatability and connection. So for example, myself as a dog lover, if I went onto somebody's Instagram account now and I saw that they volunteered in their spare time at a dog rescue, instant connection, instant. If I also saw that somebody DJ'd, I spent 8 years of my life as a DJ, instant connection, things to talk about. So if you play an instrument, if you've got a hobby, whatever it is, you're building up relatability and connection through people so they can come to your page and go, I do that too. Great. We build up trust and we're helping you connect to the right people as well. Then share some achievements. Like, what have you achieved already in your life? Have you climbed a mountain? Have you any awards? Have you any degrees? Like, I personally shared my Reiki degree that I had. So I'm a Reiki master and I shared that as well. So again, it's just building up that relatability, the trust, and it's just showing people that and ourselves what we've already achieved as well. The other thing that you can put in who I am is what you currently do or what you previously did, depending on where you are with that. So what did you do before? For example, I was in financial advice, but also what you can put in that is what's missing. So for me, it was, everything. Absolutely everything was missing in that job. My time was taken up. I was trapped to an office. I did something that made, in my opinion, no impact or what I cared about anyway. So there was a lot of things missing. So I share that. This is my job. This is why I'm here. And then as well, share your values. Values training will be amongst the communities and the support. So if you haven't yet worked out your values, pop to Google a list of values, and you'll see many come up. Choose any of them. You'll usually get a list of about 50 to 100. Just have a quick look through and choose some that stand out for you. You'll see it straight away. Choose about 5 of them and then grab them words and ask yourself, why is that important to you? Why is the independence important? Why is impact important? Why is freedom, love, compassion, growth? And then share that throughout your who I am highlight. So that should build up there for you. We then have what I do. So we are inviting you to be creative with this. In a nutshell, you started looking for an opportunity that would provide you with something. So that's where you start. I was looking for an opportunity that could provide me with X, Y, and Z. And now you're going to show people what this opportunity is so you can help them. So we do have below, just for inspiration, some potentially just go to what I do highlights. They're all very different. So what we want you to do is get very creative with this and use your meaning behind it. Use your experience. If you get stuck, of course, ask for help, and definitely use these for inspiration. They're really, really good highlights. Next, your journey. And this is where the growth happens. So this is your digital journey, and you want to be sharing that from the get-go. There's so many benefits to sharing the growth and development that you have along this journey. So many. So consistency, for starters, is a skill that most people are craving to have in their life. Most people aren't where they are because they let themselves down. They break the promises. I was there. I'm sure you've been there. So now you're in this. If you can show that daily consistency and share that journey, you are going to inspire so many people and show them what's possible. Secondly, I've mentioned a few times, relatability. The person that you want to connect with now is one step behind you, one step. So all they need is that somebody to slightly open the door and show them what they can do. Show them that they can do it too. Now you, right now, are in such a powerful position because you're doing exactly what their next step is. You're not 3 or 4 years ahead of them where they start doubting whether they can do it. You're right there, building a business alongside a job, more than likely, alongside life, maybe alongside a family as well. Own that what you're doing now, because if you can do that and show people, look, I'm an everyday person, I started the business, I had my fears, this is how I'm overcoming them, this is what I'm doing every day, this is how I'm doing this is how I'm doing this. You're going to build that trust and that relatability so much with that person, and that's going to give them confidence, and you as well, which is equally as important. Step 3, transparency and trust. By showing people your daily lessons and values, it just helps them understand what it takes. It also helps them trust in your ability. So if you're out there every day, just showcasing, this is what I'm doing today, this is why I'm doing it, and I'm going to talk about that later on, but this is exactly what I'm doing every day, and this is how I'm building the business, this is what I've learned today, this is the value I've had from this book today, etc., etc. You're giving them the answers to the questions, like, how do I do this? Okay, this person's there showing me every day. I can trust them, they can help me. They're on the social media every day. I can see the journey there in the highlights. So you get to build both of those equally. This one's very important. Think long term. So if you now fast forward, when you are where we are as your trainers here in this platform, the whole journey's there. So if you go to my social media and go right back through my highlights, you'll see my growth. You'll see the change in me physically as well as the way that I speak. Now, people wouldn't look at myself, Leanna, Nadia to date and think that we had any confidence issues if they saw us in these platforms and sharing on these masterminds and speaking on stages. And sometimes I can't even believe that I've done this sort of stuff. But nobody would believe when I'm up on that stage speaking that I'm lacking confidence, that I lack confidence at the start, unless I documented it all. Now, the benefit of that is I can help more people because I've documented my journey. Before I was ready, before I was confident, when I was very nervous, when I didn't know what to say, when I was worried about rambling, when I was worried about everything, I documented my journey. And through doing that, I can help people so much better today because I can show them I did it, you can do it too. If I did that, you can do the same. So if you can put yourself out there now and share the lessons that you've got and share your journey, fast forward, you're going to inspire so many more people by doing that as well. And then the 5th and final one, do it for you. Do it for your voice. Your authentic personality is so needed right now. It's so needed across social media and for yourself. So use this to build your confidence. Build your confidence and build that conviction so you can go out there. This is who I am. This is what I've got to say. This is my business. It's incredible. I'm incredible. I can help you. Let's change the world. That is where you want to get yourself to. And that is what your journey and showing up for yourself is going to do. And then you get to look back on yourself, look, just like I can today, and think, like, I'm so proud of myself for doing all them things at the start of this business because I changed my own life. So you're here now and you get to document the whole thing. Social media is amazing. So for sure, document your journey. A couple of tips here for you on how you want to present them. So first of all, choose what's right for you. So feel this out. Like if you are naturally creative, and if you've seen the Canva trips as well, if you feel like you can create something on Canva, just go in there, choose a template. Ideally, you'd want to create the 5 highlights with the same template if you're going to use them. So go in there, choose a template, choose a color. That's going to be your color scheme and your brand. You'll change it likely over time. Don't overthink it. Quick action all the time. And then, yeah, definitely don't try and make it perfect. And from that template, you can use this training, answer the questions, pop in the information in each one. The second, and you can mix and match these, is speak on your stories. So if you go into your stories, hold the phone, speak for a minute, you can save some captions on it. So you'll basically, hello, my name is Lisa, etc., etc., etc. You'll be able to speak for up to a minute as I'm filming the video. If they've changed it since, great. If not, it's a minute. When you've done that, you go on, you select some captions. Now, you always want to have captions on when you're speaking on your story. So if people are at work, they won't be able to listen. They'll be scrolling under the desk. They want to be able to read what you're saying. So always have captions. Add your captions, save that, and then go away and film another story. And once you might find that it takes you, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes to get out what you've said, that's okay. You just do a minute, post it, another minute, post it, another minute, post it, and then all of a sudden you've got your highlights ready. So they're the two options you can go between. One you could do and create a highlight on Canva, one you could do and speak, or you can go whichever one you want. There is no right or wrong with either of those, guys. Okay. Here's some accounts that we would like and invite you to use for inspiration. So if you head over to these guys, like we said, there's some accounts that we would recommend for inspiration. There's a very big difference between some of them as well. And like we said, Instagram is about being you. If you're naturally creative, if it's something that you can do to take photos where they're very creative and you've got the environments around you, go for it. These guys have built their accounts up over time. So I just want to make that very clear. This didn't happen overnight. Some of the guys, as you'll see when you go through them, are just out there. They're not doing the Canva designs and things like that. They're literally just, this is who I am and I'm speaking. So you get to watch the best of both when you go through these. And what I'll always invite everybody, and what I did was I didn't look that much at other accounts. Once I'd got a bit of inspiration, tunnel vision on Lisa. This is my goals, this is my dreams, this is my business, this is me. I can't do anything anyone else is doing because that's them and this is me. So now I've got a little bit of inspiration. I'll take the training, I'll go to work, and I'm not comparing myself with anybody because I am me and this is who I am. So take that and run with that because this is your business, guys. The one thing I wanted to add actually before I end this video is that you will maybe have spotted that there is one highlight missing, and that is the community. But we have got the separate training on that, which you may have seen, the importance of your community. And in there, you've got so much information about what to share, the importance of what to share, how to share it. So there's a lot more knowledge around the community within that separate section. So use that. And yeah, have fun with your highlights. Imperfect, consistent action always wins in this business, always wins. So make sure you're taking action. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to be who we are. And that is perfect for us.